Christian Horner poked the bear one too many times. While on his PR cleanup tour these past few weeks in an effort to save his name from being permanently tarnished in the public eye, the alleged female victim has been planning her counterattack, which is now in play. Christian Horner's accuser is frustrated and disappointed over not being shown the complete Lutex dossier that exonerated him from allegations of inappropriate behavior. The accuser, now launching an appeal against Red Bull's investigation into the team principal, calls bull on the handling of the case. Initially accusing team boss Christian Horner of coercive behavior, the accuser's claims were investigated internally, involving a King's Council, which cleared him last month. Despite the controversy, Horner has remained in charge for the opening 2 races of the season. Interestingly, messages purported to be her exchanges with Horner, the 50-year-old husband of former Spice Girl Jerry Halliwell, surfaced the day after the inquiry vindicated him. The woman at the heart of the text scandal was shortly suspended on full pay. Recent reports indicate that she has filed a complaint against him with the FIA and is dissatisfied with not being granted access to the complete report. The initial complaint was lodged with the FIA Ethics and Compliance Hotline on February 2, expressing concerns about a potential cover-up by Red Bull. A subsequent complaint on March 6 referred back to the first one, and cautioned that if necessary actions were not taken, the whistleblower would escalate the matter to the media. The FIA later issued a statement to the media, which stated, "At the FIA, inquiries and complaints are received and managed by the compliance officer and the ethics committee when appropriate. Both bodies operate autonomously, guaranteeing strict confidentiality throughout the process. As a consequence, and in general, we are unable to confirm the receipt of any specific complaint, and it is unlikely that we will be able to provide further comment on the complaints that we may receive from any parties." A source from The Sun said, "She has not been allowed to see the whole of the report which cleared Horner, and has no clarity as to why the inquiry reached its decision. A timetable for her appeal process is being drawn up. Horner himself did not have access to the complete dossier, and Red Bull claims to be unaware of any complaint lodged with the FIA. Interestingly, the woman has recently switched lawyers, hinting at a forthcoming legal maneuver. The intriguing WhatsApp messages were reportedly sent from an anonymous email address to 149 prominent figures in Formula One. The female employee, according to reports, maintains that she was not the originator of the explosive evidence. A source close to her reveals that she feels let down by Red Bull and emphasizes that she has acted appropriately throughout the process. A friend of the woman revealed, "She is so disappointed with how it's all gone, especially as she did everything by the book. She raised her concerns in private and did everything right, but she feels very let down by the company. They have suspended her when she followed the proper process diligently and correctly." Jos Verstappen, the father of world champion Max Verstappen and a well-known critic of Horner, denies being the source of the leaked information, but in an exclusive statement to Mail Sport, the father of Red Bull's golden boy hinted at tension within the team, suggesting that Red Bull could explode if Horner does not step down. This revelation comes during the weekend of the season opener in Bahrain. This revelation comes during the weekend of the season opener in Bahrain. Advisor Helmut Marko, on the other hand, has made it clear that he intends to remain at Red Bull, following discussions about his future with Red Bull's head of sport, Oliver Mintzlaff, in the Jeddah paddock. Red Bull recently refuted rumors suggesting that Horner would be dismissed before the next Grand Prix in Australia on March 24. Horner himself commented before the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix that it was time to put an end to the ongoing saga, saying, "A grievance was raised, fully investigated, and it was dismissed. We move onwards." In recent weeks, numerous reports surfaced suggesting that Adrian Newey could depart from Red Bull to join Ferrari. Speculations about the Britain's future at Milton Keynes have arisen due to the ongoing controversy surrounding Christian Horner. Despite the uncertainties surrounding Christian Horner's future as team principal, F1 expert Peter Windsor has asserted that Red Bull can manage without the 50-year-old, but losing Adrian Newey would be a significant blow. In a conversation with Cameron on his official YouTube channel, Windsor said, "The only thing that matters is what Adrian Newey may or may not do as a result of this. It is irrelevant what happens to Christian, because there are other Christian Horners around." While Peter Windsor holds Adrian Newey in high regard, Christian Horner maintains confidence in his ability to win championships without the 65-year-old's involvement. According to a report from Automotor Sport, Horner stated that he doesn't rely on Newey, Max Verstappen, or even Helmut Marko to achieve success with Red Bull. With the spotlight on the controversy surrounding Horner, even the future of Max Verstappen at Red Bull has been called into question. Numerous reports suggest that a team like Mercedes could potentially persuade the 3-time champion to join their ranks. speculations intensified after Max's father, Jos, publicly called for Red Bull to dismiss Horner. Amid the ongoing situation, three-time world champion Max Verstappen has urged for peace within the racing team. His call for harmony follows a recent threat to leave Red Bull if Helmut Marko were to face suspension over allegations of leaking information to the media. In Formula One history, instances of competitive drivers choosing to depart from a fast car have been rare. Such decisions have typically been accompanied by underlying tensions. Verstappen, who is still far from retirement age, has hinted at the possibility of an early exit, showing that his primary motivation has always been winning. "I always want to win, in every season," he said in 2020. "Of course it is special and extra beautiful if it would happen, but my motivation is to win every race." The Dutchman has achieved remarkable success since then, with 56 victories placing him third on the all-time list, behind only Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. It appears almost inevitable that his 3 world titles will soon become 4. For every triumph Verstappen has celebrated in F1, there has been a red and yellow bull charging alongside on his front wing. Christian Horner, when confronted with the possibility that his own challenges could lead to Red Bull losing its prized asset, admitted that, "We've achieved a lot together. From the team's side, from Max's side, we are determined to build on the success we've achieved already. Those 55 victories have all come in Red Bull cars. All of the podiums have come in Red Bull racing cars. We are determined to build on that, and hopefully add many more in the future." From a statistical standpoint, leaving a dominant team to join a weaker one may not seem logical. Verstappen himself has hinted that his motivation would dwindle if he were no longer competing at the front of the grid. "I think it's tougher when you have been in that position, and then you come to a race where it's not possible anymore," he said. "Then it's harder to find your motivation. Then you need to try and look into different places, and how you can keep that motivation going. But at the moment when you're on the top, I think it's probably easier than when you're maybe in the middle of the pack." In the world of Formula One, driver moves often boil down to one crucial factor: speed. While Lewis Hamilton's potential move to Ferrari aligns with the long-term dream, it's also driven by his belief that Ferrari will offer a faster car than his current team. Similarly, Fernando Alonso's interest in Mercedes is fueled by the possibility that they could outpace Aston Martin in terms of performance. At the moment, Mercedes and McLaren are tied for the joint third-best car on the grid, with Ferrari slightly ahead, and Red Bull holding a further advantage. The upcoming 2026 engine changes could potentially reset the competitive landscape, but Red Bull is expected to maintain an edge into that season. Elite drivers like Verstappen prioritize having the best tools available to excel in their roles. Therefore, the notion of him switching from Red Bull to Mercedes at this juncture appears nonsensical. Behind the speculation of Verstappen potentially switching from Red Bull to Mercedes, there's undoubtedly a political aspect at play. Rumors of this move seem to have surfaced from images showing Jos Verstappen in conversation with Toto Wolff. The ongoing investigation into Horner has created a significant turmoil for everyone involved, and has posed a threat to the unity of the dominant world champions from within. And as Max put it, the thing is, no one would have seen Lewis moving to Ferrari. What do you think? Has the Christian Horner issue sparked the beginning of the end for Red Bull? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for the hottest F1 news.